everyone. This is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm here to work in my currently Scrappy Spiral notebook. These are new notebooks in my shop. You can find them at hibaalsabai.com, and I will link it in the description box for you. But today I wanted to create a title page for my currently notebook, and I'm going to work on a few pages in this notebook. So I grabbed some 6x8 papers. 6x8 papers fit perfectly in this notebook, and I really love this rainbow paper. I think it's so beautiful. The colors are so me. So I'm just going to use that as my title page. I do want to stamp out the year. So I'm going to use this Carrie Bradford stamp set and stamp 2024. And I will also go through my Everyday Explorer stamps to grab a currently stamp to add that right above the date. I do want to keep all my currently's in here. I think I'm going to do food, music, shows, movies, reading, all the things that has to do with what I'm currently basically loving or enjoying at the moment. So I just thought my title page should have currently on it. Once I'm done with my title page, we can work on my first spread in my notebook. So for my first layout, I'm going to focus on shows. If you know me, you know I love to watch shows and TV. I usually either do my daily journaling while I'm watching a show, or I'll work on my laptop, but I always like to have some kind of show going while I'm doing all the things. So I decided to fill in 4 of the boxes, I believe, with 4 different shows. I watched this Arabic show. It was a long one, but it finished this month. And so I was really excited. I wanted to document that. It's called Al Kha'in. And then I watched Fargo, I believe season 5. And then American Nightmare, which was a documentary, which was wild. And then Black Mirror. I did not finish Black Mirror, but I started watching it this year and really enjoying it. So I left one box empty. I will use that space to add something, but on the side I wanted to stamp out January, and I had the stamp that said binging, I think, or Bench Fest if I'm not mistaken. So I covered half of that stamp because I can't remember what it said. I just wanted Bench Fest, and so I stamped it in that space, January. That was a Kelly Perky stamp, I believe. And then I'm going to use an old Studio Calico stamp set that has a TV set, and I'm going to fill in that space with the TV set. I'll stamp home is where the TV is. And then I want to add some color on the side. And what I decide to do is use washi tape. I don't want to overthink these spreads. I usually document what I watch in my planner. I also document my reading in my reading journal and music every once in a while in a traveler's notebook or something. So I don't want to overthink this. I don't want to add all the journaling. That's not my vision for this notebook. It's basically photos, stamping, stickers. I just wanted a space to be creative and document what I've been watching, listening to, eating, reading, all that good stuff. Anyways, I added my washi tape, and now I'm just going to color in my January, and I will move on to my next spread. It was so easy to put together. I always say this, the Scrappy Spiral notebooks are perfect for fast crafters, someone who wants to create a layout quick and fast. So for my next layout, I'm documenting my music, what I've been listening to, what I've been enjoying. Obviously, Nirvana always makes it on my list. Last year, Nirvana was my top album that I listened to all year, and Florence and the Machine. But Florence didn't make it to this spread because I always document her. But I wanted to kind of add some of the newer music that I've found and I have been enjoying. So a lot of it is Arabic music. So I filled in my boxes, and now I want to use this old Feature Craft stamp set with the tapes. I love the stamp. It's one of my favorites. I use it all the time. And at this point, I treasure the stamp. Anyways, I decided to stamp like 3, and some of them are going to fall off of the side of the page, which is great because I just wanted that kind of washi tape look with the stamp set. And I'm going to use the filler to fill in the tapes as well. I'm going to try to stick to colors from my photos. And once I fill in those tapes, I'm going to try to figure out what to do with the rest of my spread. So for the rest of my little boxes, I'm thinking to stick to stamping. I want to try to keep this spiral notebook as flat as possible. So I grab a Studio Calico stamp and I'm going to stamp this Turn It Up right next to one of my photos. I looked to the stamp set and I found playlist, and I thought this was perfect to add to right above one of those photos at the top of my page. I felt like it fit perfectly. It fills the space really well, and I just like how it looks there. But I remembered that I had these die cuts, and one of the die cuts in this pack was a cell phone with Wi-Fi. So I felt like it fit well. The colors fit well, and it filled that space nicely. So I'm just going to use it. I'm going to go with it. Every once in a while, I'll remember a die cut or something and I'll go fetching for it. And this one was perfectly at the top of my little pack. Anyways, completing my spread by stamping Dancing Queen and the little play button in red, and then I called the spread done. But before I complete these 2 spreads, I thought it would be fun to add some cards. I've been doing this lately in my Scrappy Spiral notebook, where I'll print out either paper or cards, I'll punch my holes, and then add it to the spirals. It's really easy to do. And I had these 2 cards from older kits. I did print these out, and I basically wanted to use the Now Watching for my show layout and the listening one for my listening layout. So I just backed them up and I punched my holes, and I'm just going to trim little lines within the holes so I can add it to my spirals. It's a great little interactive element. It's a great way to use some of your cards or pattern paper. And like I said earlier, I've done this before where I've added pattern paper or cards, and I really like how it looks. So I think I'm going to keep doing that in my Scrappy Spiral notebook. Again, it's a great way to use your cards and paper. Anyways, let's move on. This next spread is all about food. And as you guys know, I'm a huge foodie. I love food. And so I had a few photos and I filled in some of my boxes. You have this big space on this template where you could add a large title, maybe add journaling. And what I thought I would do is use my new Food for Thought stamp set. And I'm going to stamp Foodie as my title. I'm going to use the speech bubble. I'm going to stamp it 3 times in that large box because I thought it would look cute if I added some food icons and maybe some words in the speech bubbles to have like a prompt for my journaling. And so I end up stamping the little cake. I stamp a bowl of rice. I'll also stamp good eats as well. One of my photos is a photo of shawarma, so I stamp the shawarma stamp and also get in my belly. So as you can see, my food stamp set just worked perfectly with all my photos, and it was a great way to fill in that box in the center. I won't be journaling on camera, but at the end of this video, you'll see my photos with the journaling. I just didn't have time to add all my journaling while I was filming. I stamped the little journaling card on sticker paper, I just want that top portion that says this meal was epic because I wanted to add it directly to one of my photos, so I didn't really need the whole box. And I'll also go through my word stickers and add a few word stickers to my photos as well. I just wanted to add a pop of white to my photos, if that makes sense. My little bursts are my favorite. You guys know me. I love adding bursts to photos. So I end up using the bursts to add to the cookies that Sabine made, and I think a few to my icons as well. Adding some lines with my gray Tombow marker. And then I also want to add color to my icons. I always say this, color in your stamps. They help your stamps pop. And if you want them to look more like stickers, you should use your markers. Anyways, this is where I go through my word stickers, add a few word stickers to my photos, and then I call my layouts done. Love how these turned out. I can't wait to share with you more spreads in my currently Scrappy Spiral notebook. And as always, I will be linking everything I shared and used down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.